Welcome to Monster Men.
Arg, how are you?
Hello.
Top of the morning.
I went sophisticated tonight.
Yes.
Also, if I did a full arg, I think I'd end up just coughing to death today.
Yeah.
At least you're back amongst the living, though. So.
Exactly.
If you guys would like to arg, go ahead.
Arg.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Matt does that.
Stand in arg.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I am an arg stand-in often.
Today, we are cross-pollinating podcasts. This is the first time we've ever done this, where we have two podcasts in one podcast. Yeah, sure, whatever. It's a 4-on-1.
Yeah.
This is like Happy Days meets Laverne and Shirley.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a crossover.
I was going to say, we've been internet buddies for like 2 years now. So
We are overdue.
I'm so excited about this because I've been wanting this to happen for so long. So we've got East Coast, we've got West Coast, and we've got people that, like, we're talking like we've known each other our whole lives. And this is actually the first physical conversation I've had with you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of the interweb.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you guys are with the Horror Brew podcast out there in Portlandia. Do you guys like that show, Portlandia? Because I tried to watch it and I didn't dig it.
Certain episodes earlier on are like really painfully on the nose.
Yeah, it's almost more tragic to watch it.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, you're like, God, waiting in line for brunch.
I had a patron come into my bar wearing a neckerchief, drinking Old Germans, and telling me how he works at a vintage record store.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's real.
Yeah, they do exist.
All right.
And he thought that hipster was an offensive term.
Well, hipsters do think it's an offensive term.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like calling a crazy person crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
crazy.
say, I'll cut you. I'm not crazy. So, you guys, how many episodes have you done so far?
We have recorded up to 7 episodes under the Horror Brew name, but we have some earlier episodes we had recorded and I've re-edited. So I think we've got 13 out in total with 2 more coming. I just have to edit them.
I was just going to say, stop at 13.
Yeah.
Just do a limited series.
Where did they go?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit 13 and never
Heard
came
on the
back.
winds, yeah.
Exactly. So, one of the things we wanted to do, because you guys host a horror trivia night locally, and we figured it would be fun if you hit us with some trivia, and we can show you just how far early onset dementia has wiped away our memory of all the stuff we hold dear.
First, tell us about the trivia night, because I think this is fascinating. So you guys run a horror trivia night at a bar, right?
At a bar, yeah. What happened is a little over a year ago, I got hired as a bartender at this independent location, new bar owner, they'd never done it before, and they were looking to bring in traffic. And I told them that Matt and I were in like the podcast scene. And they're like, well, if you ever want to do like a live podcast, I was like, that's a little intense because I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
But we're big history nerds, English nerds, movie nerds. So I was like, what about a trivia night? And he said, yeah, it sounds great. So we started February 6th of 2016. Mm-hmm. We had our first trivia night. And it started out being a mishmash, half horror, half local history or weird science, and everyone tanked at everything else except the horror questions.
Really?
So now we have this core group of maybe four teams.
4 teams with usually an extra 2 or 3
that show up. Yeah, last night we had 28 people.
Wow.
Show up. Yeah, all for horror trivia.
For horror! I've done trivia
Yeah.
nights before, and I'm really good with the pop culture stuff, and then as soon as it's like, who was the 5th president of the United States? I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened here. You know, a lot of people like-minded were...
The bar owner was like, ask a sports question. I'm like, we did the first time, and there was almost a riot.
Well, yeah, they booed at us when we asked sports questions.
No way.
Like, I'm sorry.
Learn your audience. Yeah, so it was cool.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of good connections and friends out of these people because we see them every other Tuesday. A decent amount of them do other podcasts or are actually going to be on panels up at Crypticon Seattle and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the goal, too, is also we try to, price-wise, get local horror events too. You know, we get tickets to things, or if we can, we can't always come by them.
It's always community minded.
Yeah,
Right.
we like people to be able to do stuff locally. You know.
Now the prizes, are they donated by folks? Or do you have to shell out your bucks?
50-50.
50-50. Yeah.
Haven't
that's
you given away Hunter Shea books as prizes?
We did once.
We did.
He sent us one. It was Torches of the Damned.
There we go. You can learn all about Yonkers. I'll have to send you guys some more.
Yeah,
That'd
please
be great.
do. Yeah. Yep. So
Is that like the consolation prize?
No, this is the consolation prize, the Anna Nicole Smith Illegal Aliens movie.
oh yes, that would actually,
I have like 25 of
maybe-
those. We
so
got
anyway,
those at Chiller
okay.
Theater.
I did have a dirty horror section the one day.
That was hilarious. Everyone, there's a group of guys who were getting those questions right, but they were like not admitting to it.
Like give the give the year and month when Sherilyn Fenn was on the cover of Playboy, or was the centerfold, and like the half of the bar just turns to this one guy and goes, Jeff. And Jeff got it right. He was like,
Nice.
So.
Just the guys with like tissues coming out of all his pockets.
Oh, yeah, and he's like, "What? No, I didn't know the answer."
He stood up. He like stood up and did like the slow mo, like yeah, when he got it right. I'm like, I'm glad you're excited about
awesome.
this. Yeah, it's really fun.
I will tell you, my finest moment of trivia of my life. I go to this bar in Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm supposed to meet a friend of mine and a girl that she works with. So I don't know the other girl. So me and the other girl get there before our mutual friend, and trivia starts. So we just start without her, and she comes. So the first round is cartoons. And every other table is like 10 people, all, a lot of brain power. I'm sure people sneak in on the phone. And me, I ace 10 out of 10 questions and tie a couple other teams. So Jack against like 20 people.
The world.
And I get 20 right. 2 tiebreakers later, and I win it on a Thundercats question.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
This girl who I've just met is like, wow. And I go, let me just clarify something for you. In our relationship, I am peaking right now, and it's all downhill from here.
It will never be better.
I will never be as impressive as my Thundercats answer. Oh!
My trivia thing that my family still talks about, we were playing Trivial Pursuit, it was probably the late 80s, early 90s. And we got some question about this guy Swami who owned a lot of Mercedes. So I was like, oh, it's the Bhagwan. And as my brother-in-law knows it's the right answer, and he just goes, oh, I'm sorry, that's not right, that's not complete. I said, oh, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh? To this day, whenever there's trivia, they always go, hey, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh.
That's like locked in there. Yeah. Holy
How would you know that? I'm like, he was in Time Magazine. I read it while I pooped.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people they pull in the victory being like, I did not really know if that was right or not. But
I was bartending last night as Matt was doing trivia, and one guy had come up to me to order a beer. He heard the question and he ran back to his team. He's like, I was the only one who would have known that. I was like, dedicated. You skipped your place in line.
See, I think you guys are in a perfect city for something like that. Portland's got a way different vibe than a lot of other cities. I don't know if that would work where Jack and I are.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think it is a lot to do with location. And the community is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now everybody's kind of knows each other. And
yeah, I think word of mouth too.
The word of mouth works really well here, even though it's a big city. It works just fine.
Yeah.
The other thing before we get into the questions, my biggest pet peeve in the trivia team is the person who jumps in, confidently says an answer, and
That's
then
wrong.
When they get it wrong, I go, well, I don't know, I was just guessing.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I'm gonna do that now.
They're talking you out of. I'll never forget. Like the answer was Coca-Cola. It was like who invented Santa Claus or something like that. So it was something, and I knew I was like Coca-Cola, and they were like, no, blah blah blah, whatever the hell, and it like convinced everybody. Then we got it wrong. They're like, oh well, I didn't know. I was just kind of guessing, and I just flip. I go, you can't answer like that. if you're guessing, you have to say.
It made me.
I am
think
guessing.
that you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
We had a couple. We've got where the teams write out the questions, and there was a couple where like we would see the right answer underneath the scribble and the wrong answer under it, and you're like, you were right there.
That's brutal.
You were right there, guys.
That's so brutal. When
Always go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a great thrill, though, when we have Matt will tell an answer, and you'll hear like 4 tables go, no! You're like,
I crushed their souls.
Yeah.
Or the one idiot that blurts out the answer loud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, especially in a bar.
Oh, yeah. We do have a team that likes to do that as a way of, like, faking people out. People have caught on, but
really,
at first, I think it worked. I think
at first,
worked.
They'll be like louder than they need to be, and be like,
"Oh, Scream 3!" Oh.
All right, I'm prepared to be totally embarrassed. What about you, Jack?
Oh, Jesus, yeah. No, we're gonna crush this.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I actually picked one that's pretty decent. This is trivia with the 3 themes are cult following, snippets of terror, and creepy cryptids. So,
oh Jesus!
Oh yeah, actually, that's gonna be it.
Yeah. I thought.
I'll still get it wrong.
Yeah. Go.
So
whatever, just throw something out there. We'll.
All right. Name the fictional town where the residents are all members of the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Innsmouth.
Yep.
Oh,
you got it.
I have no freaking idea what you just said.
It's H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh. Yeah.
That's it. I'm out.
All right. Who starred as a baseball player in the final short of John Carpenter's Body Bags? Name the actor.
It's the one Carpenter movie
I never saw Body Bags, but I'll guess. John Carpenter. So it could probably be Kurt Russell because he's in everything. Or Lee Van Cleef because I just saw Escape from New York.
Lou Cyphers. So that guy who's in all his movies.
Tom Atkins.
Tom
Atkins.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually Mark Hamill.
Nice.
Really?
Yep.
I never saw Body Bags.
It's fun. It's got 3 shorts in it.
Yeah.
It's a decent anthology. And then, let's see. Yeah. The Anaconda film franchise has 4 films that came out between 1997 and 2009. What other creature feature franchise did Anaconda cross paths with in 2015?
I know this. You want to take a guess, Jack?
First of all, I hear Anaconda and I just start thinking about Kari Wuhrer.
I'm thinking J-Lo. See?
Well, there you go.
That's why we get along on the boat.
We'll never cross streams.
Let's see. I know one was called like the Blood Orchid or something like that. Or
yeah. The big question should be: there's 4 Anaconda movies. Why? That should be the question there.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's the thing with
I'll give you a hint, Jack. Betty
White.
White.
It's got to be Lake Placid.
Yeah, Lake Placid.
That's it.
Nice.
There really is an Anaconda meets Lake Placid?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
2015. It's like sci-fi level special effects. It's something.
Ooh, they went all out.
I want Anaconda to meet Sharknado.
Oh, God.
Give it
We
time.
had a Sharktopus question in there one time.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There's like Barracuda versus Sharktopus or something. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I want to be a Manacuda.
On land, kind of like
Part
land.
merman, part barracuda.
You're a mangina.
All sexy. I don't like you, Jack. Mean on me.
There's my mic drop. I'm out.
All right, let's see. Next one. We'll do... Clive Barker wrote and directed this 1995 film that follows a New York City private investigator working in Los Angeles who stumbles over members of a fanatic cult who are waiting for the resurrection of their leader, Nix. Name the film.
That's the one with the dude from Quantum Leap, right?
Scott Bakula. Lord of Illusion?
Lord of Illusion.
Ah, nice. Snippets of Terror. Let's see.
Oh, by the way, I just saw Candyman in the theater. I took my daughter to see it.
Oh.
And it was a triple feature. We had Vampire Lovers,
Oh,
Without Warning, and Candyman.
You son of a bitch! Why didn't you call me?
I bought tickets for that months ago, and it was sold out like that. It was unbelievable. The place was jammed. I figured my daughter would love Candyman. I sat there and going, wow, this is the fourth time I've seen Candyman. I still hate this movie.
I hated it.
Yeah.
This movie is a boring turd. And then this is how I love my daughter, because when we left, she goes, I love the Vampire Lovers. That's my favorite one. I'm like, good girl.
Ingrid
Did
Pitt.
right? Yeah.
Good on you.
First of all, Candyman just rips off Bloody Mary, so I had a problem.
That
with
is
it.
true. That is true.
Then, just as a Jack trivia, the actual song Candyman by Sammy Davis Jr. is one of my karaoke staples.
Oh.
Do you wear a hook when you sing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of bees.
Coming with it. Yeah.
He's so sticky.
Like Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Bees. Bees.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry to go off on a Candyman.
No,
No,
that's good.
It's good.
Let's see.
The trivia question is, who
Ooh.
could take a rainbow and wrap it in a sigh?
Jackie Pecan.
Exactly.
That's right, babe.
Multiple choice question. Of the 20 short stories published in Stephen King's Night Shift, how many had not been previously published elsewhere?
Ooh.
1, 4, 8, or 12?
Wait, could you repeat the question? You broke up a little bit to me.
Yeah. Of the 20 short stories published in Stephen King's Night Shift, how many of them had not been previously published elsewhere?
Oh, Jesus
1, 4, 8, or 12? Did you grab the book? Yeah.
I'm gonna, because most of these were published on like Jugs and High Society and all that stuff.
I'm going to let my partner answer this one because I have no idea.
I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah.
4?
Is it? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Nice.
say 4
Yeah,
just because that was the
you're
back to school answer. 4?
This was the first horror book I ever read. I read this when I was 9,
Nice.
and that was it. I was hooked from that moment on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was an early one for me too, and it really got me. It reeled me in.
Pet Sematary was my first Stephen King book.
Remember.
Salem's Lot was mine. It was in high school, though. And I remember I was reading it, and it was a thunderstorm outside, and it illuminated the
Perfect.
trees, and I was like, and I'm done. Just like,
You know what? I say all the time, I don't think Salem's Lot would get published if nobody came out with Salem's Lot and he gave it to a publisher that say nothing happens for 200 pages. I'm not taking a chance. And that's the changing in the way people read and
Yeah.
the way they absorb content and the way they absorb entertainment. I don't know if you can get away with that anymore in horror.
I love the book Salem's Lot. I saw it after I'd seen the movie, so I think part of the reason why I was able to get through the beginning is because I was so psyched to get to like
you know it's
stuff.
coming. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So cool. I got 4 right. What were the 4? Do you know?
I don't have them on my trivia sheet, but actually Wikipedia tells you, which is cool. The Wikipedia for Night Shift tells you where it's published, each short story. That's cool.
Who was in the movie Night Shift?
Brad Dourif.
Sure.
I was thinking Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler.
Oh, the other Night
that
Shift.
one. I was thinking of the ones with the rats.
Yeah, the
that
bad
one.
one.
Rat movie. Yeah.
And Shelley Long.
Okay, another cryptid question. The International Society of Cryptozoology was founded in 1982 and folded in 1998 due to lack of funding. What animal is the official emblem of the society?
I know the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine, Lauren Coleman's home. It's the coelacanth.
The what?
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
The coelacanth. It's a fish that was thought to be extinct 4 million years ago, and they found one in the 30s.
That's the exact reason why this one is the okapi, because they didn't think it was real until it was.
Okay.
The okapi.
I knew it couldn't be something crazy. I knew it had to be like a...
Yeah.
So they could be like, see?
Yeah.
See? Yeah. So.
Plus, they want to look legitimate. They don't want to put fucking Bigfoot on.
Yeah, you don't want to...
Yeah. Quit.
All right.
Let's see.
Okapi.
This is fun.
Okay, we got in 1973's The Wicker Man, this Lord's speech that begins with, "I think I could turn and live with the animals," is based on a poem by Walt Whitman. Name the character who said this.
Oh, fudge. Except I didn't say fudge. All I know is Christopher Lee is in that movie.
I was going to say, what's the name of Christopher Lee's character?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Lord Summerisle.
Dr. Wicker? It sounds like something that Dr. Doolittle would say.
I believe you're right, Jack.
So I'm going to
Does
say...
sound like a Dr. Doolittle.
I think final answer is Dr. Doolittle.
No lifeline needed.
No.
So his name was Lord Summerisle? It's been so long since I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Because it was the first day of May, I saw the social media was blowing up with Wicker Man stuff. It was kind of funny. Everyone was posting the same stuff.
Yeah, you'd think someone would have watched it right before that question got asked, but no one knew.
Yeah, that's a tough one, boy.
Oh.
I actually almost watched Wicker Man in October when we were doing our 31 movies thing.
Yeah.
And I watched the preview and I was like, I'm going to fall asleep if I watch this one tonight, and moved on to something more modern.
I like the movie.
I do too, but it is a nap movie.
I like the soundtrack.
For me. I take naps to it. It's like relaxing. But I do like it. I still like the movie.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's weird to see Edward Woodward, because he was really kind of flouncy.
Yeah.
In that movie. It was kind of weird. It's the opposite of the Equalizer.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like in horror, particularly, you can see the changing in like themes or topics or what is considered cool and not cool. Like to see the change in fashion, the change in what's sexy.
So what's going?
Yeah, like
Wicker
you can
Man
see,
is
Yeah. Nothing in the Wicker Man is sexy today.
No.
All right, hit us with another one.
All right, let's see.
Mistress Summerisle.
Wicker Man.
Wicker. Will Wheaton.
Say Cool Whip.
All right. Said to exist in British Columbia, what type of creature is the Ogopogo?
Didn't they do the music in Back to School, Dead Man's Party? Oh, that's Oingo Boingo.
Oh, yeah. That's the other one.
Danny Elfman, he went on to do Beetlejuice and Batman.
It's a sea monster. A lake monster.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to know, like, is it a plesiosaur?
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
We also, that's another thing.
We wouldn't get that.
This is my secret weapon.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to find one that'll really stump you on this one.
Not hard.
This is Hunter freaking Shea we got here.
Let's see.
It's good to say I could retain something.
You do, though, know more about that cryptid stuff than anybody I have ever met.
All right, so we're going to do a cult question for this one to try to trip you up. Started in Huntington Beach, California in the late 1960s, the Children of God cult still operates today under this name. So tell us the current name of the Children of God.
Tom Cruise?
So close. We had a Dianetics question in there earlier.
I feel like going clear. Is it a faint? It's like, can we get a hint?
I don't even know how to hint it.
Yeah.
Is it like totally obscure, or is it something that actually...
No, it sounds more like a cozy... It's more like a welcoming, cozy name.
Like something like, or like a charity.
Yeah, it sounds
a
like a
little
charity.
more like a charity.
United Way.
The Family
You're right, that's it.
International.
The
The Family International.
Really? How many? Oh my God. They have members still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. This world scares the crap out of me. Oh my God.
It's funny because I know this one weird group that's in Boston that my friend, but I was like, nah, they couldn't be the same thing. That's shot.
Ugh.
Yeah, when we had more teams showing up, we wanted to make sure there's this one team that wins like 80% of the time. Like out of 40 points, they'll get 37.
Holy God.
Yeah. So we started doing like the lowest scoring team gets to pick a theme for the next week to try to give them a leg up.
Right.
And one team picked real life serial killers, which I find interesting. But as I was reading at the bar, I'm like, this is a downer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say necrophiliac. Well, people are eating bacon cheeseburgers. Like, it just felt wrong, So I was trying to, I had to change the wording at the last minute.
We were on vacation. I think it was last year. My daughter found serial killer playing cards. She was like all excited. I got these. So we're sitting on the back porch and the water's right by us. And she's going, oh, look at this, Richard Ramirez. And she's reading the facts on the other side. I'm going, this is sick.
This is messed up.
How do you play Go Fish with that? You got any Gacy's? Go Fish.
Go Fish.
Go Fish.
So I switched to another trivia night because you were getting those too easy. So I got sickly scares. In the mid to late 19th century, you or someone you know could contract and die of the dreaded consumption. What disease was this?
I lost you for a second there. What was the last?
What disease is consumption? They used to call it consumption.
What disease is consumption?
You want to take a stab, Jack?
Consumption.
What's your
consumption. Let's see. Immediately, I thought it would be like eating too much, but that's not a disease, right? So
no, that's a personal failing, I think.
That's like what I'm good at. Let's see, consumption.
Anti-corn consumption.
Do you want to hit?
I think I know. Is it tuberculosis?
Yep, TB.
Yay!
The thing is, that's like your default answer for everything, and finally, it's paid off.
I know.
Well, it's like House, where it's just always like something sarcoidosis.
There's something in my eye. Must be tuberculosis.
That's why all the haunted hospitals are tuberculosis.
I know.
Yep.
No.
They're sick. Just stick them out in the cold. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll warm right up.
Yeah, I actually lived next to one of those in Madison, Wisconsin when I lived there.
Like a sick house.
I got an old tuberculosis ward that's abandoned. I think part of it's abandoned. I think the other half is still like a hospital or something. But
they had to
and it was haunted.
They had to know that wasn't working when all of them had to build body chutes.
Oh yeah,
we need a body chute.
We got a nice plot of land with a lot of space for graves. Yeah.
I do have to say the creepiest thing about the closest ward near where I lived, it was a giant fern tower there, and that was the creepiest thing. And I was like, "Why didn't you knock this down? Why is this still here? Like, do you need to remember?"
Yeah, never forget.
Yeah. Listen, anytime your chute is labeled body chute, it's time.
Yeah, it's just get rid of it.
In like the official lettering, that's like they took the time to machine it.
Yeah. Let's play body chutes and ladders.
Everyone's a loser.
Yeah.
Name the character who said the following. Come with us quietly, Rosemary. Don't argue or make a scene, because if you say anything more about witches or witchcraft, we're going to be forced to take you to a mental hospital. You don't want that, do you? Name the character.
Oh, Jesus. Sweet baby Jane. No way.
I don't know any character's name in Rosemary's Baby except for Rosemary.
Is it Ira Levin?
And the baby.
It's
Ruth Gordon?
Abe Saperstein.
Oh, God almighty.
Isn't
That's
that
a good
the
one.
aquatic guy in Hellboy?
Yeah, I think so.
It is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That was even better trivia than the original question. Way to go, Jack.
Yeah.
Point for Jack.
There you go.
We didn't get it wrong.
So yeah, we have a lot of fun making. That's what we do we do it every other week because we wouldn't be able to make it happen. But Matt and I take the time and like we make up all the questions.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome, man. I think if they had something like that here, I'd be there every other week, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's really, and it's a lot of fun for us too. I mean, I really enjoy it. I get to hobnob with horror fans all day long.
Yeah, they get
just
to
like me.
All the obscure stuff. Like I'm newer to horror because my family was like, "Why would you watch that terrible stuff?" But I always liked scary stories, so Matt has exposed me to a lot more. So we'll be talking, and a lot of people at trivia have such a wealth of knowledge that they're just talking about like these 7 films that are all related to each other, and I'm like,
I get some really good watching ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I write down movies at this because I'm like, I've never seen that before. What the heck? What's that movie?
You know what? I do that too with especially some podcasts I'll listen to. Like, what's the one, Jack, that Blumhouse does?
Shockwaves.
Shockwaves. So when they do that rapid fire movie stuff, I'm there with a pad and pen. I want to do like I just listened today. I'm like, oh, I got to rewatch Martin. I haven't seen Martin since like probably.
I got a trivia question for you guys.
All right.
I can't remember the actor's name, but in the original Night Stalker movie, the vampire is famous for playing another role. It was on Star Trek. Who did he play on Star Trek?
I don't know Night Stalker at all.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
I'd be impressed because you guys are like
I know.
a quarter of a century younger than us.
I just pulled this out of my.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Pike?
I'm seeing like images of him, but I can't remember.
It was the guy who played Sarek, Spock's father.
Oh. Okay.
That.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We should do actually a sci-fi crossover because
we should do sci-fi
Jeffrey
crossover.
Combs was in a million episodes.
Oh, Jeffrey Combs.
I love him.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the bar?
The bar is actually called Home.
I want to go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna be drinking at home. There we go.
Yeah. It's one of those excuse bar names, like I'm going home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's on the east side of the river in Portland, so it's like you don't have to deal with the traffic in the same type of way. It's pretty cool.
It's a good location.
Oh, awesome. Now, let's talk about your podcast. What do you guys do on your podcast? Tell the folks about Horror Brew.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm a bartender and he likes to drink. So what I like to do is put up a themed. I've started doing this on Twitter, like a poll where we pick the theme for the week. We're going to be talking like for King Kong. I put up either the banana fart or gorilla fart shot, or the last word, which is a 1930s cocktail, which would have come out when Kong was first released, or the skull splitter ale because it's Kong Skull Island.
Right.
So, and I had people vote, and whatever the vote was, I would make and give the description on the podcast,
or have
and we drink it. Yeah. So we drink it while we're talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And what do you guys talk about? Do you do movies or do you do books?
Mostly movies. I think books. We're
going to start into books. Yeah, we just started doing movies because it was. What is with March being the new horror month?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great,
it's
but we were
great.
like, I missed like 4 films.
And we've been on top of our game, and we normally can't even see that many movies in the theater, and we've actually been doing it, but that we're still missing them this month.
That happened like a couple of years ago. That started where all of a sudden they were throwing and good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like March is good horror.
Yeah,
January to March, like because even like The Witch last year,
it's
like January.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't let that slip under the radar.
Yeah, we got to see that in theater. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So we do movies right now, and our thing too is because we have such a great group of people, is like bringing on guests. So like our friend Matt from Trivia is really into 70s and 80s Hong Kong horror flicks. So
my favorite.
We learned about Jiangxi. I had never heard what Jiangxi vampires were, and they're the hopping vampires.
Are you kidding?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Jiangxi is also number 7 on the Chinese takeout menu that I.
It's delicious. It's spicy.
Fried rice. Yeah.
Blood dumplings.
Oh my god! Did you say blood dumplings?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Just like your pet name for you, Blood Dumpling. Hey, Blood Dumpling.
I thought it was a symptom of my IBS. I don't have IBS.
We
But I do
also
make blood dumplings.
we've been talking about.
It's so descriptive. It's so descriptive.
We've been doing episodes where we talk about conventions and convention going as well,
And that's upcoming
enjoy.
events, because this area doesn't have as many conventions, but they have a ton of film festivals, movie screenings. Like there's this company out here called Weird War, and it's a record release, a small record label, and they did Eyes of Fire in 35 millimeter at the local theater.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they do a lot of like that kind of stuff. We got to see The Void in the theater, which was sweet. So we try to like promote those events and then talk about them afterwards when we go.
Yeah.
Wait, you actually said The Void was sweet?
Yeah.
All right, so wait a minute. He did not like The Void. I haven't seen it.
I liked it.
What did you think? Because another friend of mine liked it. So I'm on the fence. But I have to see it, I guess, because I got to see everything. But
I liked it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was. I liked the practical effects and
it was more. We actually backed it on Indiegogo back when they said that it was going to be just a practical effects thing, and I was like, okay, I want to support that because the art looks cool. But then I thought the story was decent. Like I had lower expectations going in.
I think it did have kind of low expectations going in.
See, I had higher because I heard somebody was like, "This is the thing."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, actually, we heard that coming into the theater. Somebody tried to make
super referential, and it's like I thought it was fun. I think it's well done and fun, but it's not like The Witch. It's not going to blow your mind. In that way.
No.
Well, it'll blow your mind like that last act where I was like, Does anybody know what's happening here?
Oh yeah, no, it's just madness.
And the practical effects would have been good if they lit them with more than a 40-watt bulb.
That's true. Yeah, it is a dark movie.
Yeah,
that's very true.
not dark like The Eyes of Your Mother. More
No.
Damn.
That movie's great.
That movie.
Yeah. We had to. Well, we watch everything on a projector, so we tried watching that movie during the day, and I was like, I can't see anything. It's like, and then so we had to wait till night, and then like shut out all the like light because it was so dark.
Yeah.
But
I watched it right as we were in the home stretch of our get the 2016 movie list complete, and I saw it and I was like, this has to be on the list. It's I'll never watch it again, but it's so
yeah.
So then he didn't see it, and then recently he saw it, and I see him on Twitter, and I'm like, he's like, oh damn, and I'm like, I told you.
That would have made my top 5 because it's so disturbing, and I've watched it twice in a week. Can't get enough.
I couldn't get a hold of it in time for the list that I did for Northwest. I couldn't get my hands on it.
Yeah.
But.
And we I want to say our sleeper one for was the one right at the end was Autopsy of Jane Doe for last year. Was like,
yeah, that was a sleeper. I didn't know that was even coming out until it already hit us. Yeah,
that was another last minute one. I'm like, oh, I'll get one more in. Another stupid $5 I'm blowing.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh wow, this was actually.
Yeah,
I watched it on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So just made it.
You just made it in the line.
That was a good one.
So I mean, we've definitely watched your show on YouTube a whole bunch, but I hadn't thought about it. Like Matt's thing is cosmic horror as far as like preferred themes, and mine is ghosts, secondary demons. What's like if you had to pick the one subgenre?
Jack is Hammer horror.
Well, okay, wait. I'm going to answer this for us, and then you jump in. So, first of all, the quick sketch of me versus him is I'm Hammer and he's Universal when you go to our foundation.
Okay.
He's way more UFO and alien, and I'm way more vampire.
I'm like anti-vampire.
And I like am encyclopedia vampire. Like
there you go.
There you go.
We complete each other.
Yeah.
But also, listen. In the '80s, we were both video store horror, and so for me, it was the gorier the better. So Maniac and Dawn of the Dead and all that, we were just like, oh my god,
all of them.
Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Who I just saw recently.
Oh.
I can't remember where. He was as pleasant as always.
Yeah, he does seem like a little bit, yeah. We just went to the Overlook Film Festival this past weekend.
Oh,
and
lucky.
It was super cool. And our episode's going to be coming out about it this Sunday. But it's funny because talking about completing each other, there was a film I really wanted to see. It was the centerpiece film. It's Lady Macbeth, which is a British adaptation of a Russian mid-19th century novel.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Have fun, dear. I'll be at home." Like, you know,
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't
like,
do it.
I'm gonna watch Human Centipede 3.
Yeah, that's what I was. I mean, I was so tired that day, but I was falling asleep to like Bigfoot slasher movies, and I was like, I texted her and I was like, I don't think I could have made it through a Lady Macbeth thing.
It's a convenient excuse.
Yeah.
I was tired.
I don't blame you. I would have magically been tired too.
Yeah.
If I wasn't tired at the beginning, I'd be asleep.
You know,
Yeah,
you mentioned
that's
Bigfoot slasher movies. Jack, did you ever watch? I think I lent it to you. That Bigfoot biker movie, Dear God, No.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
What is that one?
Dear God, no.
It's a movie made by actual bikers, and these guys make the Hells Angels look like, the Salvation Army.
Oh, really?
And it's Bigfoot is barely in it. It's just them just being lowlives. And at one point, they stab a nun. They pull a fetus out of a woman's belly. I mean,
Oh, wow.
it is.
So it
Just-
checks off a lot of boxes on what you're
Oh,
looking
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is exploitation, grindhouse, but it's relatively new. I think it came out like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
2011.
You know what?
It's the one thing you watch and you go, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I wish I could unwatch this.
Yeah.
I gotta remind myself next time I come to your place for when we do an in-person show. After that could be our scotch and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
protected.
you got to see it, and plus I got to show my kids.
Yeah, you got it, naturally.
They're not even kids anymore. They're old. I got to get new ones. All right, so how could folks find your podcast? Like, where do they go?
Well, we are on iTunes and Stitcher, and I use Podcast Republic personally. Our website is horrorbrewpodcast.com, but everything else social media-wise is Horror Brew. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Horror Brew.
Awesome, good branding.
Yeah, we tried, and then I put recipes for the stuff I made. So like for the
nice.
Asian horror, I did the Chi Reviver, and there's pictures, and I tell you how to make it. So
That's all. That's a good little twist that you guys got. That's awesome.
thanks.
All right, well, Jack.
I'm just thinking about consumption and how I think I'm ready to consume it. Nice. All this talk about booze.
Make you feel like Doc Holliday
See,
a little
one
bit.
of these days he
I'm
has
your
not yet
Huckleberry.
been to the New York City area.
No.
Oh damn!
I was like, we lived in New York for 3 years. Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
So I have some friends who live in New Jersey. I have some friends who live in Staten Island. So I'm thinking some point in the future, after our wedding, we'll have to come out and I'll make you guys some cocktails. And we might be able to do an in-person thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to get our butts out there and hit trivia night.
That too.
Definitely.
Just like
Yeah.
dominate on the scene and then you're gone in the mists.
Yeah, that'll totally throw our winning team for a loop. They'll be like, "Who are those ringers that came in?"
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know their names.
Gone in the mist or two drunks in an Uber.
Yeah.
Two shaved down Yetis.
It's like a neon green Prius. Yeah. Fix you up.
Well, guys, this has been so great to finally have you on, and maybe we could guest on Horror Brew.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go the other way too.
As soon as I figure out some recording
really
stuff,
enjoyed this.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
really enjoyed it.
We're down anytime.
All right, then I'll post all your info on here, and thanks for joining us, and everybody out there in Horrorland, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on
Monster Men.